Are you looking for a podcast about dredging up some Cthulhu?
Well, then you must be thinking of another podcast.
Oh! Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you, buddy?
I'm lovely. How are you?
I am good. It's been fine. It's been a good week.
Good.
I get to do, well, I mean, I am pretty busy tomorrow, which sucks, but we're actually going to a concert tomorrow.
Yeah, we are. You and me and Taylor.
Which you guys will hear about after it's already happened, but like, I don't go to a lot of concerts.
I haven't been to one in a very long time.
Like, okay. I mean, I know we've probably talked this, but like, how many concerts have you been to?
I've been to like 3 like concerts and then like one music festival that was a shitload of concerts all in one.
All right, so you're not like crazy far than me. Like, I've been to like 2, I think. And then like, I've been to other things, but I don't count those. Like, I went to something like way back in the day when I was a kid, but like, my mom dragged me along. I don't count that.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys were there. Saw them.
Okay.
Do you know how many times my mom saw the Beach Boys? Like, when they were a thing?
Too many?
Like, a billion times.
I didn't know your mom was a beach bunny.
She went to them recently.
Wow. Are they still, like, around?
Yeah, and they're still just as drunk on stage as they were back then.
Okay.
But, like, yeah, she's like a big-time Beach Boys person. They all right.
Yeah, they're fine. They sing real high.
Yeah, they're fine. We're going to Polyphia, which we were going to do
Yes.
a long time ago.
Like 6 months ago.
But the drummer broke his clavicle in a car wreck.
Jesus Christ.
Moments before our show. We were driving to the show, and they're all like, he's broken. We can't do it.
Our drummer broke.
So we are only going by the grace of, like, serendipity, man.
Yeah.
Mary has our tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's been thinking about this show. She just happened to check something, and it was, so, like, she found out, like, Monday that it's Friday.
I have this on my calendar already, so you must have
Did
told
you?
me, like, yeah. So I've been looking at it like, oh yeah, Polyphia. And then the other day you were like, do you remember Polyphia?
That was today. I think your timetable's off, man.
Yeah.
Or it was like maybe Friday last week, but like it was within the week of the show. She tells us, and then I tell you.
Yeah.
And it like popped up in the back of my mind often,
Uh-huh.
but I never was like, I should look it up. And I was just thinking it too, and she's like, oh yeah, that's happening. And I was like, yeah, if we'd have missed that, I'd have been pissed. I don't even remember what we spent on tickets for that thing, but I know it wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
But I got me a shirt. So I'm
Hell
ready
yeah.
to go, man. Ready
What
to
shirt
go.
did you get? Berserk shirt?
Leave me alone.
Meat and 2 veg?
Leave me alone. Everybody looks at that shirt and just goes, "That's a penis."
How can you not see it's a penis? It's 2 helmets at the base of a very long, powerful sword.
It's minimalistic, okay? I still like it. It's nice.
All right.
So then, what's the behelit down at the bottom? The little red thing underneath. Like, is it like blood pee then? Like,
You gotta see the doctor for that.
yeah, because that would be like right in the taint area. Where that would be.
Having a behelit in your taint, not a good look.
That's never good. So yeah, we're going to a
He
concert.
looks down there, screams up at you.
Do you sacrifice? But yeah, I'm like real excited because I don't know what to expect at all.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
I don't know what to expect. What if they suck in person?
I'm kind of nervous. Like I don't
what
think
if
they're
they
going to.
suck?
I mean, Tim's gonna be there, and I watch his YouTube videos like obsessively.
Yeah, he's like legit.
So if I see Tim, I'm good. It's a good day, you know?
Because like I know it's such a hitter. Like you don't know what the show is that you get between a person and what their records are, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, because I didn't know. I mean, I don't go to a lot of concerts, but like I thought you went to a concert to get like a greatest hits, you know?
Okay.
But no, they normally go like, no, this is all of my new album because I want you to go buy that thing.
Right. Yeah, they're normally like
So I'm
touring
like,
to promote that album.
Ugh. I don't want to
Yeah, we
hear any of
listened-
this.
We listened to their latest album and we were not impressed. So
That was like a good 30-70 split. 30% good, 70% not so great.
right.
But they did something they'd never done before, which is like collaborations with lyrics.
Yeah, with a bunch of people, and none of them were like real standouts, in
I
my
mean,
opinion.
They could be, but they shouldn't be singing on a Polyphia track.
I suppose not. Like, I'm here to hear the guitar and a bass.
Yeah.
And that knocking sound, whatever the fuck that knocking sound is.
That's what I want. So yeah, it was fine. So I'm like hoping that they're not doing a lot from that. Kind of.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm like, can you do stuff from the last album? That's the good
Like,
one.
I want to hear Playing God. I want to hear Goat.
But see,
That's-
Goat's on the last one though.
Goat's on the last one. It wasn't on the one that we just listened to.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
So hopefully they're like, but that's a big one. So we do it.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm just trying to wear the Meat and Two Veg shirt so that Tim will be like, oh, somebody wants to hear me do the Berserk song? Finally. And then he'll do the Berserk
God.
song.
Did they play the Berserk song?
Yeah, that's a little EP they did one time.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, Tim fucking loves Berserk. So I figured, you know, you don't see a lot of, like, that fandom find each other. So I was like, I'm just going to stand there the whole
Look
time.
at my penis shirt.
Like,
Tim,
I'm just going to, like, rub my... Look! I'm probably going to get on a table and just be like, struggle on, brother! And he'll be like, make him leave. Get this fucking loser out of here.
God.
Oh, man. So
I'm
anyway,
excited, though.
I am excited because I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of this stuff. Speaking of not knowing what to make of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
this whole first half, guys, just movies, man.
Just movies. Get ready for it.
Like all new movies too, so it's gonna be phenomenal.
Yes.
Okay, I saw a movie last week.
Yes.
You saw it in between last week and now.
Uh-huh.
So you went to Mario.
I did.
Okay, I know that you weren't able to at some point, so you were able to go see it finally.
Yes, we went
Okay.
to go see it.
I told you to not watch the end credit scene.
Yeah. Do you think I listened to you?
I know you didn't, but should you have listened to me?
I mean, I liked it. It wasn't long enough.
But like,
and I had to wait a very long time to see it.
that's it. A soundbite
Yeah.
to tell me what? When there was a herd of Yoshis halfway through the fucking movie? I already know there's fucking Yoshis. It's
I
not
know.
news.
Like, maybe they'll do a Yoshi's Island movie next. Maybe. I don't know. I would love to see
Maybe.
that.
If I got a Rosalina tease, I would have lost my shit.
But
But that's it.
I'm gonna give you a rating and then we can get into it.
I know, because it sounded like you were about to say you were very generous with your score.
No, I think you were right about how I was gonna feel about it. Because
Okay,
I
cool.
went into it being like, this is going to be an easy 9 out of 10. They can't fuck this up. And then I left and I was like, that was like a 7.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
It's fine. I
Like,
wasn't like...
It is the definition of fine.
Yes, I was not moved to tears.
Who would
Yeah.
be?
I mean, I got excited to see Mario on the big screen. I fucking love Mario, dude. I love Toad. I love
Oh.
Princess.
Wrong. I was moved to tears. I was.
During
I
what
was.
scene? Bowser's song?
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Peaches.
Hands
God.
down. Blubbering tears. He's so beautiful. I love him. No. Like, it was
could
fine.
not.
I don't
Um,
even know that I got that excited in it. I think the most
Yeah.
excited was when they get like the superstar at the end. That was pretty dope.
Can I say there is a lot of slow-mo in that movie?
Yeah.
Is that an Illumination thing? Like, they just fucking...
kn-
mid-fight, they're just like...
You know
slow
what?
that shit down.
It might be. I haven't seen a lot of Illumination stuff because they're mostly Minions and Despicable Me.
Yes.
And I've seen the first one of Despicable Me, and that's it. I think they're slowed down in The Grinch the same way because like there's like a snowball fight, I think, and it's the same thing. Like, whoa.
Yeah. What about like Secret Life of Pets? That scene with the van like goes off into the water. That's all slow mo, right? I think Illumination just fucking loves their slow mo.
Does Illumination love slow mo?
Are you googling?
Yeah.
They have like a chief slow mo actor, and he's in there doing the slow mo animations for him.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything. They're like, "Are you talking about Zack Snyder?" And I'm like, "No, Illumination."
Does Zack Snyder work for Illumination?
But yeah, I would agree with that big time.
I wasn't even like blown. Okay, so like when they started the movie and they had the whole like "Mamma Mia" like advertisement on the TV,
I thought you would like it because it's like
I did like that part.
There it is, but like then they go, "Was that too much?" And it's like, okay, that's where we get like our all right. You got some of it, but you don't want to hear that the whole time. So here's normal.
Yeah, and like I guess I understand that. I was like that was fun, and like that's a good way to like he did the voice for this little bit, but he's not going to do it for the whole movie because this is new Mario.
So I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I thought that was like a clever way to handle the voice, but at the same time, like none of the voices at all wowed me. Like, I'm sorry to say, even Jack Black, like everyone was just kind of playing themselves.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
But
I mean, I said he was the best.
Jack Black is the standout of the cast,
was the
for
best
sure.
of them.
But like, you can't tell me it's not just like Jack Black on that piano. Like that's straight up.
His Bowser voice is kind of different. He does like a little gravel, whatever. I was listening to Peaches today because I've never listened to like the full single by itself, and I was like,
oh my god,
is there more? Right? He starts in the Bowser voice, and then he becomes Jack Black.
He morphs into himself.
Like later in the song, it's straight up just Tenacious D, and then like he's like, oh yeah, the gravel, and then like you can hear it like slip back a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, he's the only one who like put a little stank on the voice. You know, he did something for Bowser. Yeah. Like DK was literally just Seth Rogen. He laughed the exact same as Seth Rogen.
He said that. He did an interview for the movie that said, I told them I don't do voices. It's just gonna be me if you want me. And they said, okay then. Isn't that kind of lazy?
It really is. That's how the whole movie felt to me. Like
it was safe.
Yeah, nobody showed up to be like, I'm going to do a character voice for this. It was all just like, I'm going to be me. Like, we had Chris Pratt do a little bit of a Brooklyn accent, and that was about it. It kind of faded halfway through the movie. Like, you forgot he was from New York.
Charlie Day was just Charlie Day.
Yeah. I don't think you can really get anything else out of Charlie Day. You know, like Charlie Day.
I think he just suits Luigi as a person, so, like, that's all you needed.
Yeah. So,
but, like,
it wasn't a bad experience. Though? Yeah, she was just Anya Taylor-Joy.
Like, Peach is breathy.
Yeah.
Like, if you've ever played a Mario game, it's always like, Mario! Like, it's very breathy, and she was just, hey, I'm Peach. I'm Peach! Okay. You know? Like, it's fine. It's a fun movie. I'm not supposed to take anything amazing from it.
Right.
And I didn't.
One thing that it did make me think about, so early on, you get that scene where Luigi is separated from Mario, and he goes to this, like, horrible lava land, and the fucking dry bones are coming after him all zombie style, and then the Shy Guys are behind him when the lightning strikes. It really made me think. I
loved that scene.
I did too. It, like, spoke to my horror heart.
Yeah.
But what do you think is... What in cinema today do you think is destroying little children? Like the way that the vacuum cleaner eating his own cord destroyed you and I from Brave Little Toaster.
I 100% know what you mean, and there is nothing.
You don't think anything? You don't think like a little kid is going to a movie? By the way,
like, this is the closest. Like, I'm saying, like, they're not destroying children. They should be.
Okay, I went to John Wick. We talked about this last episode. Somebody brought their like 4-year-old daughter to that movie.
But like, so I took your question like, what children's media is fucking up the children? Because
definitely, that's the way I meant it. But then it just reminded me of that fucking lady who was like, I'm going to bring my toddler to this movie.
Dude, we had people that took their children to the It movies when we went and saw them on the big screen.
Why? Why are you doing this?
I saw Tim Curry on a 19-inch VHS tape and was fucked up for life. You think a kid can handle, Bill Skarsgård 80 feet tall on screen?
His fucking eyeballs.
Fuck that,
Yeah.
And those kids didn't care, so those kids were hardcore, I guess. But
I just want to know, like, what children's media today is making spooky stuff that is going to ruin a child's psyche into the future. I need to know. Like, if you're listening to this and you have children, please write in about what is scarring them, because I want to know. I want to know what the children of today are going to be afraid of in 20 years.
that's why I always come to you with, like, I liked this kids thing because it was dark like I'm used to.
Yes.
I
think we need dark stuff in children's media. Like, not to say that we should be scarring our children, but it has a place, because you don't want children's media to just be a happy place to go where you forget everything. Like,
where's the Land Before Time watching Mama give her last little speech? Fuck off.
Everyone shits on, like, kids movies that have a hard parent death like that at the beginning or whatever, because Disney does that frequently. But they do that because it's a safe space for a child to experience and sort through an emotion like that before they have to deal with it in real life.
Yeah.
Like, if you lose your mom when you're 7, you could think back and be like, oh, like Simba in The Lion King when he lost his dad. Like, I've seen this before. I know how to react a little.
Movies aren't just for fun. They're not just a circus. They are almost a coping or a teaching that you should be learning something from everything you've watched.
Yeah.
Except for Mario. You should just go, oh, yeah.
I didn't have any learning takeaways from Mario.
I learned how a company can just make a shit ton of money with stuff they own already. That's what you learn. You learn capitalism from the Mario movie.
I do have one question for you, though.
Okay.
So there was a lot of, like, Mario references and stuff throughout the movie, which I was like, that's fun. There was, like, stuff in the background, things the characters did. Why did Toad bust out a frying pan and just start cooking for the other Toads? Is that a reference to something?
I have seen so much about that.
What is that?
Somebody thinks it's a Captain Toad thing.
I played Captain Toad, and there was no cooking in that game.
Somebody pointed out some weird like he does it once in not even in his game. It was where he was introduced in 3D World.
Yeah, when that happened, I turned to Richard and I was like, what is that? And Richard was like, I don't fucking know.
Most people went, I'm getting Breath of the Wild vibes, because that's how Link makes his food.
Yeah, kind of what I got too. And I was like, why are they bringing that into Mario?
I don't know. I thought it was a weird scene, and I didn't think much about it past it. Like, I was like, I don't even care if that's a thing. That was dumb. I didn't like it.
It stuck with me because it was the only thing I didn't really, like, get.
Yeah, I mean, I said something to Taylor. I'm going to hang on to it for the conversation, and I think you're going to get real mad at me later.
Okay.
I'm going to bust this out for our next one.
All right.
But, so, I think we're in the same spot. Mario's fine. It's very good.
It's fine.
I mean, it's fun. That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
pure fun.
Right.
That's it.
You're not going to walk away with like a life lesson or changed as a human being, which, I mean, I guess you probably shouldn't expect that from a video game movie, but
I
don't
will
know.
give them this. Brian Taylor, the guy that did the score for the movie,
Yes.
went fucking hard.
I was so happy about the score. The first part when they first go underground and you get that like subtle dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, I was like, oh shit, that's so cool.
Dude. So they didn't release the album until like a couple days after, like pretty much until the following Monday. Because I guess maybe, you know how like track titles will spoil like what happens in a game sometimes? They're like, we can't release the soundtrack. You'll know what happens because it might be like
Eris's death or something.
Yeah. So I guess they were holding off. So they dropped it Monday. And I've been like kind of dabbling with it, trying to be like, it was good. Like, what else is on it? One of the songs is just video game sound bites to the beat to make the music. It's
fucking
amazing.
Cool. Oh my God. I got to listen to the soundtrack.
Like, it's pretty cool what the guy did. Like, to me, the standout is the music.
Yeah. I was a little, I don't know, off-put by just the random rock songs they included in there. I was like, why are we bringing AC/DC into Rainbow Road?
That was a whole thing that people are mad about.
Give me the Rainbow Road song.
So I told you that it was a brisk hour and a half. And there was a whole plot point that I thought was completely stupid.
Yeah.
Do you have what it is?
Rainbow Road?
No, it's right after Rainbow Road when they fall off and they get eaten by a fish just to go, okay, rock it
Yeah.
out. That was it.
Yeah, that was...
What's the point of this?
I mean, there was a whole... The plot of this movie is so thin.
I mean,
They
yeah.
don't do much of anything in this movie. They just like, let's hit all the Mario places. So like we have to go recruit Donkey Kong. So we have to fight him for no reason. And then Mario has to hit all the buttons. And
Yeah.
he turns small and he turns into a cat and he turns into a raccoon. And I mean, I think what they did is they were like, everyone write down a Mario reference. And
What's your favorite thing from a Mario game?
and they put it on sticky notes and they put it all up on a whiteboard and they were like, let's storyboard this.
Pretty much. I mean,
So-
that is the plot. The most interesting plot point is the fact that Peach came through a pipe and got to this world somehow. I was like,
That's fucking weird.
that's so random, but
I know.
that's the only like plot point so far. Like,
Yeah.
where did she come from? Interesting.
She's just like a human baby that showed up through a warp pipe and the Toads first raised her and then made her princess.
I will ponder on this. That's like the one ponder point I left. Also, I like the references, but like Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, I know that's how they look in the game, but you don't look like that and turn into a normal looking person. Sorry, you don't.
They were so cute though. Their stupid eyes.
It's a weird movie, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it was animated beautifully. The world was great. It was
Yes.
full of little Easter eggs. What more could you want? The score, fantastic. 10 out
Yeah.
of 10. Plot, nothing.
I just want to see it on my TV in surround sound and enjoy it at home. Like, that's all I want from it.
Yeah.
This would be
It's
a
a movie
fine
to put
throw
on for the kids.
Oh yeah.
And they won't be harmed by it, except for the
Except
spooky
for-
dry boneses.
Yeah, that shit. Like, that was the one time I was really excited in the movie because I was like,
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of freaked out. This
I was
is
like
gnarly.
enthralled. Yeah.
Yeah, like that was a gnarly scene. I enjoyed that a lot.
Very good.
So then you went to a movie first and saw something.
Yes.
I went and saw this movie as well.
I'm glad. I hoped you did.
I did. My takeaway from this movie is Jonathan. Jonathan. It's Jornathan, right?
Jarnathan, I think.
Jonathan. That's the best part of the movie to me.
It is. I love Jarnathan.
Okay, for as big as he has been on TikTok for his like practical effects,
Yes.
20 seconds of screen time.
Yeah, Jarnathan was not done enough justice in the actual movie.
Jonathan, perfect.
I loved him. Can we crack this thing open in honor of Jarnathan?
Yes. I mean, it's not like he died.
Rip Jarnathan.
I mean, almost did.
Almost.
That was a fun movie, man. Now, be ready for my statement that you're gonna
Okay.
hate.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I told Taylor, I was like, man, I like the Mario movie more than this one.
Oh, my God. Really?
It was more fun to me. I found it more
The
fun.
D&D movie was so much fun. It was all fun.
It
like-
was fine. There were I liked a lot of it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't said anything about its length yet.
How long was it? It was like 2 hours-ish, right?
It's apparently 2.5.
2.5? It did not feel that long to me.
No, it did not. I definitely did not think it felt that long, but
Yeah, that's
apparently
movie sped by.
some of the people we were with were feeling it, and they were like, "Yeah, don't you know how long this is?" No, it's
We're
like
stop
okay,
brain,
so
man.
it's like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Okay,
Yeah, that's not bad.
that's not bad. Did you stay for the end credits of this one?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh wait, it was a mid credits, and it deserved to be a mid credits because also shitty end credit scene.
Was there an end credits after the mid credits?
No, it's
Okay,
just the
it's just
dude
the-
going like, "Anybody got a question?" And you know
Yeah.
what would have made that scene better?
What?
If that's the question that killed him, because then it's like he could have killed himself the whole time.
God.
Then I would have liked it. This movie and Mario, we've been having a whole discussion on how end credit scenes suck ass these days.
They sure do, man. They're so unnecessary. I just don't know why we have to do it. Like, if you're going to have an end credit scene, have a mid credit scene. Like, I like it when a movie has the fancy
Yes.
end credits that are illustrated and stuff and like show off things and characters. Like the end credits, the animated end credits for both the D&D movie and the Mario movie were very good. If you just stick your end credit scene right after that for everybody,
Boom.
that's fine.
Yeah. One more joke before you go.
Yeah.
Right? I know people are going to start in on it. Let me address it first. Yes. The Marvel movie end credit scenes are usually more production value. They have a purpose of setting up the next story. I will tell you now, I have not been excited about a Marvel end credit scene virtually ever because I don't know the comics that well. So usually
Yeah.
I would get done, I would see it, and I'd go, what does that mean, Sean? He would explain it, and then I go, cool, still don't know. And then I'd
Yeah.
move on. The last great end credit scene, I think, is one of the earliest, man.
Toy Story?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, man.
What's their end credit scene?
It ends, and then he like comes out in his robe, and he's like, "Hey,
Oh, yeah.
are you guys still here? There's nothing else. Go home." That's a fun end credit scene. It's like a meta joke with your audience. That's fucking
Yeah.
unique.
I like
a
that.
Yoshi soundbite is not a good end credit scene.
Right.
Doing a joke that's already a little overplayed in your movie about asking questions is just another jab at a joke that's kind of dead already.
Yeah.
There's the rule of threes. You're only supposed to do something 3 times. After the 3rd time, it's no longer funny. And they pulled the joke thing or the question thing like 6 times in that movie.
They sure did.
And I was like, we're done. And the fact that just like a 7th stick in your gut at the end, I was like, this is the worst end credit scene. I'm fucking over this. And I ran away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really liked the movie. I like the fact that it felt so much like a D&D campaign. Like, this is just,
Did.
yeah, it really felt, they put the players in the game, kind of. Like, the attitude of the people is somebody I've seen at my table playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I felt this movie was also safe.
Okay.
Because it's not really like, I feel like they should have went a little more nerdy with it. Me and
Okay.
Taylor agreed fully. Michelle Rodriguez shows up, right?
Uh-huh.
And then boom, it shows Holga, and then it shows her stats. You
Oh,
get
yeah.
like Chris Pine, and then like you get stats.
That would have been cool.
That would have just been like a cool touch to like what it is for the people that play it. This movie's for people that don't know what this is to just come have a fun time.
Yeah, I think
Kind of like the Mario movie. Like,
Right.
if you know the other stuff, you take more, but it didn't cater to you more.
So I think I'm gonna say something about this movie. I think what it is an extended advertisement for D&D,
Yes.
because it is produced by the people who have created the original like Dungeons and Dragons, like Wizards of the Coast or whatever did this shit.
Okay.
So it's not produced by nerds. It's produced by the people who made the thing for the nerds.
Gotcha.
So that's,
Okay.
I think, why we didn't get so much like
Yeah.
cool nerdy shit. Like, they still had a lot of really cool moments. You know, they had the gelatinous cube, they had the Underdark, they had all these things that are like existing within the world of D&D, but they don't have like, here's the player's spin on it.
Yeah. That's
There
what
was,
I
like, a
felt
really-
was missing.
There was a really fun moment at the end of the movie when they defeat the big bad and they're like all throwing spells at her like almost at the same time. But if you like watch it closely, it is kind of mimicking turn-based combat, which is what
Okay.
D&D is based off of.
Yeah.
So like you can see like in D&D you'll have a roll and then somebody can help you out with the roll when they
Yeah.
do theirs and what all that kind of jazz. So that was kind of mimicked in the combat. And then the very, very end when she like grabs the wizard and like shakes
Oh,
her and like
God,
hits her against the
Jesus.
ground.
Yeah.
That to me mimicked like the victorious rage that you experience when you finally defeat the end game and you're like, yes, we fucking killed it. Eat shit, DM. And you're just like shaking the corpse of the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I felt that. But yeah, I mean, overall, pretty safe movie, but I was mostly blown away by the production value of this movie. Like,
Yes.
the practical effects were stunning. I was so excited to see that heist scene where she gets like the mirror up on the underside of that
shit was
carriage.
fun, dude.
That was so cool and so creative in the way that they're like thinking through the problem. But the way that was filmed was also practical. They had a rotating set that she could like actually go through the mirror and like
when she did the whole like step through thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved that part. Yeah.
That was so fucking cool. And I'm just like, you don't get to see a whole lot of practical effects like that anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I want that to be brought back. I want to see more. Yimtop loves practical effects.
Yes,
you guys
we
know
do.
this, especially if you watch Friday Roundup. We're into that shit.
So actually, we had seen this, and we just watched another movie, because there's another movie coming out soon that I can't wait to see. But I watched my favorite horror movie of all time, Evil Dead remake from 2013.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, because it's all practical. There's like no CG in the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
So it still holds up no matter how far time goes.
Right.
You know, it's always good. It's always great, you know. That's what this movie's going to do. Like, people are going to pick apart Marvel movies even 2 years down the road. Like, look at this fucking Birdman. It's dumb. But you're going to look at Jarnathan and always be like, look at how cool that Birdman looks.
Yeah, because they built him.
Yeah, he's real. He's the dude. He's really there.
Yeah.
Like, you can't beat that shit, you know?
Right.
Like, the first time I really had practical effects kind of explained in that way that made me start to appreciate them. It's dumb. But it was the Alien versus Predator movie.
Okay.
Like, so back in the day, a movie would come out and they would have like a random TV show that would come on, like how they did the effects in this, which is how I learned in Phantom Menace. The waterfalls of Naboo were salt being poured out of a thing.
Yeah.
And all the people on in the pod race are just Q-tips that are colored in and stuff.
Yes, with like a hair dryer blowing them to make them look like the crowd's moving. It's so
like,
fucking cool.
I learned that on this like random TV show thing, right? And they had one of those for Alien versus Predator. So when I watched it, they were talking about how they refused to do CG because even back then, that was like 2005 or 6 or something.
Yeah.
They agreed that CG didn't look real enough. We can just build a head. Don't show the body, just build the head and get close-ups of this head, and you'll always feel more connected to that than anything else.
You sent me a TikTok that showed like the making of Smile and how the creatures in that were fucking practical.
I didn't even know that.
That scared the shit out of me.
I didn't know that. Like, I saw the movie, didn't think that was practical.
Yeah.
That scares me.
That's spooky. Like the fact that they built a whole dummy out of her and had that jaw unhinged, like that was gross.
I did like this movie. I did.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same as Mario for me. Like it's an 8.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, the plot was like, you know, nothing special. It all played out the way you expected it to.
Yeah. You know what killed it for me? Really towards the end, I was like, of course, we're building towards getting the fucking talisman or whatever, just to be like, oh, and they pull an onward like, but is your mom really your mom?
Yeah.
This person's your mom. And I was like, I mean, okay, but I wanted the mom.
But she was the mom, you know?
But like, that wasn't
She
really that
raised
big
her.
a thing. Like, it wasn't that big a plot point to just be like, heartfelt mom-daughter moment. I was like, I mean, well, yeah, but like, shouldn't even hang out with her the whole movie. Like, I don't know. I like, that's the part that I was really like, you guys really just made the most typical plot point right now.
Yeah.
I did gasp when she was stabbed though, because I was like, that's a fucking red blade, dude. She's done. She's done.
She's toast. She's gone.
And then the amulet, and I was like, oh, well, now you fucked it up. Like, you should just let it go.
Would have been horrible if he was like, no, I don't give a shit about my daughter. I'm summoning my dead wife.
I was actually kind of hoping that they would get the talisman thing, and it wasn't what they were told. So they went through the whole thing for nothing in the first place. But because they went for it, they wound up saving the daughter, getting her away from the dude, getting him all fucked up, getting rid of the Red Wizard people. Like,
yeah,
they did good, but didn't know they were.
Yeah.
To me, that would have been cool. But, like, we didn't even twist it. Like, Mario in this movie had no twists. They were just like, here you go. Here's your
Yeah,
here's your plot.
I don't think they really needed a twist, to be honest. Like,
Well, I think these things are too nerdy that they have to try to generalize it so that people who don't know it because they see it as too nerdy will enjoy it, potentially get
Yes.
into it later.
precisely.
But that's dumb. I want better Mario. I would like a better Dungeons and Dragons movie later. I want you to full nerd. I wanted somebody, even just a joke. Dude falls on his face and they go like critical fail or something, you know.
I know.
Like,
I was waiting for that too.
Give us something about a D20, something about counting to 20, anything.
But
nothing.
Can we agree the funniest part of the movie is when
A
the
fat
Chris
dragon.
Pine...
No.
No, the Chris
Oh, I
Pine
know what you're talking
illusion
about.
that starts fucking breaking down. It was horrible.
That comedy was peppered throughout this entire movie, and I was
Yes.
there for it the whole time.
This movie was funny. Above
No,
everything
this
else, it was
fucking funny.
It was one of the best comedies I've seen in a very long time. Like, the guffaw that escaped me when he started melting, I
Yeah.
was like, I was making a scene in the theater. It was
I-
nuts.
I did turn to Taylor, and I was like, who fucking knew my whole life I just wanted halfling Bradley Cooper? I've needed that my whole life. He's cute as shit.
He is cute as
I
shit.
loved him. I loved him.
I love that he has another, like, big beefcake wife.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
perfect.
it was a good movie,
It was a good movie.
but I don't see myself watching this one again.
This is a movie that I could come back to, like Clue. I think like it was funny and enjoyable, and it's just like you can put this movie on, you know, it's going to be a good time.
Who was... I know people love this guy, but you know what? I'm not into the Detective Pikachu kid.
Oh, really?
I think he's fine.
I mean, he's not my best friend. I think he's
But
he's fine enough.
You know who is my best friend?
Chris Pine.
Oh, Chris Pine. He's so good, man. Just existing, he is good. And Bev,
He is good.
so Doric, the
I'm
changeling
in
person.
love. Yes.
I've been waiting for another thing to have Bev in it because that's Beverly from the It movies.
Uh-huh.
Like, she fucking killed it in those movies. Like, she was so
Yes.
good. I've been waiting to see and she was just as good in these.
Oh, she was amazing.
I can't wait
me,
for her to
was
keep
like,
doing stuff.
I wanted her to not get with Detective Pikachu at the end, though. Like, I wanted her to be like, I'm gay or something.
Okay, there's a trailer, I think that played... Well, see, we got the old trailer. Did you get the new Spider-Verse trailer?
Yes.
You got the new one?
Or
Because...
it's the one where he's like jumping through all the different like Spider-Mans, and there's like they're on scaffolding or something.
See, there's like an old one. So did you get the old one where she's like, don't let people make you feel like you don't belong, like you do, and all that stuff?
Yeah.
That's the old one.
Oh, what's the new one?
New one, it's like he like turns out that he's lying to him about going to school, and he's making a B in Spanish, but his mom's fucking Hispanic, so that's a big problem.
Okay.
But there's a scene in that trailer, because you know this is a big Yimtope thing here.
Oh.
Not everything has to go romance. Like
Yes.
Kelsey just said, with these two people, it didn't need to go there.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was funny, like, we failed before, and then they just become good friends. That's cool.
Yeah.
We love Spider-Verse because Gwen and Miles aren't a thing.
Right.
They're totally going to be a thing in this next movie. Like, they do
Are
a whole,
they?
like, hand, like, his hand is inching over towards hers, and, like,
Meh.
he's gonna make moves. Like, I know that's where it's going. He's making moves on that girl.
That sucks.
But, like, why?
Yeah.
I like their dynamic now. It doesn't have to be different.
There are not enough depictions of male-female friendship in media.
Yeah.
Like, there's not. And it creates this horrible... I don't want to get too deep into it, but there's, like, that horrible sect of people that are like, boys and girls can't be friends because they're just gonna fuck. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a thing. You can be friends with the gender that you're attracted to and still be their friends. There are bisexual people who are friends with both
Yeah.
kinds of people in this world.
That's the thing. Like, I think that's where a lot of, like, let's take it some clownfish TV, man. Let's do some
Yeah.
toxic masculinity stuff here.
Okay.
That's where the whole, like, I was your friend, you owe me shit comes from. I feel
Yes.
like that's exactly where that shit comes from.
Disgusting.
Right? Because, well, I'm the hero of this movie, so I should get my best friend the girl.
I should get the girl. I'm owed this because I did a favor for you.
Yeah. That would stem back to every piece of media that person has ever seen.
Yeah.
And here it is again. Like, this guy was the nerdy dude. He couldn't do stuff. He did one thing finally, and then he gets
Finally
the
does
girl.
one magic right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought that was lame.
it's a bad move.
Yeah. Shoehorned romance. Not our
But
fave.
I remember another movie thing where they were like, well, everybody relates to romance, so that's why they always put a romance in there, because if somebody doesn't like a movie in general, they'll like the romance.
I hate that.
So I get it. I get it on like the psychology standpoint.
Ugh.
But we just discussed how it is also negatively affecting the psychology standpoint.
Yes.
Like, I know this has nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons, guys, but
I mean, it's a little bit to do with Dungeons and Dragons. There's a lot of incels that play.
yeah, I will say the only thing I caught was the gelatinous cube, and I only know of the gelatinous cube because of Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
So when we went to it, Taylor was like, what do I need to know? And I was like, well, I don't know anything, so let's look for a gelatinous cube. And she goes, what's that? And I was like, I don't know. It's supposedly a thing.
Yep.
But I thought it was green. Is it green?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I think they're green. I mean, it's a
I did
written
like the
media.
cube. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like the
good.
cube.
The fucking panthers, I could like project more panthers. Those guys are sick.
Fuck off. Evil. So scary.
I like them.
It was terrifying. It was, I mean,
don't know what
it was
they
really
were,
cool, but
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I'm saying I had more fun in Mario because I know Mario.
Yeah.
I'm gathering more of those references. I'm gathering more of the things that I wish I would have seen.
Okay.
I don't know what I want to see in D&D because I don't know what to begin with, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I got exactly what I wanted from this movie. I knew it was going to be funny. I knew it was going to be good. And I knew Chris Pine was fine. I don't give a shit if you guys clip that and send it to him. Tell him. I'll tell him to his face how fine he is. I don't give a shit.
We
He's
love that
awesome.
man.
I love him. A little bit unrelated. We watched his very first movie ever the other day, too.
Oh my God. What movie?
Princess Diaries.
He's in Princess Diaries?
He's in Princess Diaries 2.
Chris Pine, Princess Diaries.
Part 2, though.
Part 2.
He is so young. It was gross.
Baby.
You know how, like, disproportional people look when they're young? Like,
yeah.
like your head looks right, but your body's too lanky for it because you're just young and your body doesn't know what to do with itself.
That's funny.
Taylor loves those movies, and we were sitting around one night, and I was like, you know what? We have nothing to watch. I've never seen them. You've always wanted me to see them. Let's watch both of them.
Yeah.
And guess what? I enjoyed them both, but part 2 I liked way more. And not just because Chris Pine was in it, but it sure didn't hurt.
Okay.
So yeah, good movies.
So good movies, good practical effects, good time.
Oh yeah, like both Mario and D&D, if you can in a theater, think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, these are fun, pulpy romps. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's
we love a good pulpy romp.
action-y fun. I liked it.
Speaking of good actiony fun and practical effects, we're going to revisit John Wick real quick.
Okay.
So I was browsing the internet, reading reviews on John Wick because I wanted to know what other people thought of it.
Yeah.
And that's not where the story goes.
Okay.
I ran across this article that was about gun safety on the John Wick set. And I was like, oh, interesting.
Okay.
Because John Wick does a fucking lot of guns. Like they have pioneered this this style of cinema that this guy calls gun fu, and I'm like, that's my new favorite thing.
Okay.
So, did you know that the director is a former stuntman?
No. Chad,
sense,
whatever
right?
his name is?
Yeah, Chad Stahelski.
I did not know that.
Yeah, former stuntman Chad Stahelski. So they interviewed him for this article. This is on IndieWire.com.
Okay.
If you guys want to check it out, the title of the article is "We Give a Shit. Gun Safety Defines the John Wick Franchise as much as the weapons do."
Okay.
So, as I'm going through this article, I'm looking at it, and so the use of guns on set, I have never really understood, just as a movie watcher, why you need an actual firing gun on the set. Like, why do you have to have that? Why can't you just add in visual effects afterward and be like, this is just a piece of metal, and we're gonna add in the muzzle flash afterward, right?
I guess it could look bad, but it is so like, it is so quick. I guess you wouldn't notice. A flash looking so CG or whatever.
Yeah, like I feel like it's time. We can CGI entire movies. Let's CGI a muzzle flash on a gun.
I genuinely wondered how it worked in this movie because there's so many shots of him like shooting a person point blank.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm like, there's a flash in his face.
I know.
How did we do this? Because Taylor asks me all the time, how do blanks work? And I was like, man, I never looked in this movie, but like, I don't know if the barrel moves when they shoot. Because if it's not a blank, how do you do that?
Here's the thing. The guns on this set are like fully functional props that don't fire an actual bullet.
Okay.
So you can load a magazine into it. It fires the casings out the top of the gun.
Okay.
That's a practical effect. It does not fire a bullet. Like, there's no hole for the bullet to exit. It's just firing these bullet casings at the top.
Okay.
And they're not like real bullets. It's prop bullets.
Yeah.
That are made for the express purpose to look like casings being ejected from a spent gun.
Okay.
And one of the coolest things I've ever seen, the magazine, the guns on set are designed to jam like normal guns at irregular intervals.
Okay.
So whenever you're seeing John Wick like operate a gun, it's Keanu Reeves like actually clearing a jammed rifle on set, like for real.
Yeah.
And loading an actual magazine. So they're not scripted magazine loads and they're not scripted bullet firings. Like,
that's fucking dope.
Yeah, they're just reacting to the props as they come through. So like, that's cool shit. And I just think that more movies need to move toward a practical type of effect like this. It's a practical where it needs to be. You don't need an actual fucking bullet to fire out the end of your gun on set because that just doesn't make any sense. Be like this guy. Get some props that look enough like a gun that you can just edit in a muzzle flash and make it look realistic.
Isn't that what movie magic was all about? It was you could create something to look so real but it wasn't.
Yes.
But CGI just became like, well, now we don't have to create shit because we can just make the fake thing.
Yeah.
But like, this is movie magic. You are creating this illusion now.
Yes. I think that is so fucking cool. And
it is fucking cool.
There are several people that have died to accidental gun violence on a movie set, which is insane to me.
Recently.
Helena Hutchins on Rust. Like, there needs to be some kind of mandate in Hollywood, in my opinion, that you can't have a gun on a set that can fire a real bullet. Like, there's just not a need for it. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I'm just really happy that John Wick can do stuff like this.
That's super cool.
Yeah, while the movie has an obscene amount of guns and just a ridiculous amount of gun violence, none of it is real. And that's beautiful.
Sure is. I love that. That answers a question I've had for quite a while. Thank you for that.
About John Wick? You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, with that revelation, you want to take a quick break?
Yes, please.
Let's do it. Fucking real ass pre-ramble here, but you know what? From the way things go these days, I feel like we're in need of kind of like some real stuff. I don't know if we like are in kind of a I'm ignoring everything. Let's just watch movies. Let's just play games. And everybody's been like just kind of skirting around the real world for the last 2 years since COVID.
Yeah. It feels very much like you know how back in, I think it was like France, pre-revolution or something, you have bread and circuses and that keeps the people happy and complacent. And like, you don't fucking have bread and circuses anymore. You get a revolution. And we're really close to running out of fucking bread. They're starting to make us pay for advertisements on our circuses. So
there's only circus, no bread.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm getting to the point, like, where's the bread? Because I have an abundance of, like, there's too much circus.
Too much circus.
Know, our Friday roundup that just wrapped up for us, I was like, there's too much circus. I need Dredge, then Dead Island, then the Star Wars game, and then
So many
there's
fucking
more
games
other
are coming
shit.
out. Yeah.
The Legend of Zelda game is coming out. Like,
Yes.
and these games aren't bite-sized anymore. You can't indulge in all 5 of these things. You're
Right.
gonna have to pick 1 to 2 and call it a quits on the other 3.
Pick one circus. You can't have them all. And that makes it stressful in a way, right? Like the circus at
'Cause
this
I
point
want
is
to circus.
fucking stressful. I want a circus. And I don't have
Yeah.
time to circus because I'm too busy trying to afford bread. If you folks enjoyed that bit of the pre-ramble, you can get the full, complete, entire bonus episode by going on over to patreon.com/YMBTOAP and signing up to be a patron. Our patrons are our buddies. They're our good pals. They help us figure out what we want to talk about on the show. They give us topic suggestions. We just got a brand new patron. His name is Jason. You may have heard his ad previously on our show because he is a part of Threads podcast. Welcome to the Patreon, Jason. I'm so sorry that all we're talking about right now is furry stuff. I can't believe you came in at this point in our lives.
I can.
If you guys want to join the Patreon, go check it out. We are more than happy to have you. It is our podcast anniversary month, and this is actually our podcast anniversary week. I'm so happy. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. If you guys want to be the ultimate supporter beyond the Patreon, you can get yourself some Yumtope gear over at the Yumtope Apparel store because we have so many new styles and things for you over at that there store. If you want a pencil pouch, if you want a little notebook, if you want some cool steel water bottles, go check it out. We got a lot of good things.
Oh, yeah.
Link to the shop lives in the show notes. And of course, thank you so much to all of our supporters, whether you buy something, whether you pay us monthly, whether you don't pay us at all. We just love you so much. Thank you so much for listening. Let's get you back on to that regularly scheduled Yumtope content.
I did
Love
it.
is dead.
Yep. I did the thing.
What'd you do?
I did it out of love, though.
Out of love for what?
I'm watching it for a friend because they were in the middle of watching it and now have to finish it in a method they didn't anticipate. So I decided to join them on this journey.
Oh my God, this show sucks.
So you got what you wanted, okay?
Love is Blind, season 4. If you're not aware, we're Love is Blind stans here. We are fanti. We watch it because we're fans and we're anti.
No, you got what you wanted. You said, give me Seattle. Well, you got some shitty Seattle people, man.
Oh my God, these fucking
You
Seattleites.
sure got
They
them.
suck. I thought the Dallas people were bad. Like,
I mean, we
I know
are
people
bad.
here. Dallas people are not good people, but I thought that Seattle, the crunchy like granola
Here.
hippies, I thought they would be a fun time, you know?
We're shitty, but
We're
they're just
shitty.
like apathetic to anything.
Oh my God, I need to look up the couple names for this so I can write them down and we can talk about
They're
them.
all imprinted in my brain.
Okay, great.
But I was going to pull up some people because I want to know who like your least favorites are and all that stuff.
I'm having a revelation about myself as I'm watching this
Ooh.
show.
That reality TV is a lie and you should never indulge in any of it now.
No, I think I just hate white people.
I mean, welcome to that gang, dude. I've grown into this over time that I don't like white people and I don't like rich people.
Yeah.
So if you're rich and
And
white,
that is-
you are real bad.
Literally half the cast of Love is Blind. So, okay, who are the couples? There's Kwame and Chelsea. I know them right off the top of my head.
Is that your
There's-
favorite?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
There's...
Okay, here. So Kwame and Chelsea, you got Brett and Tiffany.
Okay.
Then you got Paul and Micah.
Uh-huh.
And then you got... All right, so that's 3. Because then you have... There's supposed to be 5. And I can only
Spanish
come
lady.
up with 4. The Spanish lady.
Yeah, she's got like the long hair.
Oh, Marshall and Jacqueline.
Marshall and Jacqueline, that's them.
Yep. And then you've got Zach and Irina? No, wait, Zach and
Oh my
Bliss?
God.
What? Oh, you might not know this yet then.
I mean,
I've got a revelation for you on that one then.
okay, I'm in episode 5, so we're in Mexico day 2 where I'm currently at.
Okay. But you finished that one.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Cool.
fucking hate almost all of these people.
There was a person that I super hated that I like now because I think
Okay.
they were just around a bad influence. If that gives you a hint as to who I like now.
Yeah, I think so.
So, okay. Let's just go at the start. Let me
Okay.
tell you this.
Tell me.
Do you even fucking notice, my dude, how almost breakneck it seems? We're just like, yeah, go from
So
here to
fast.
here to here to here.
Yeah. I
Then-
feel like the season is flying by.
Then they make you go, oh, these people are so about each other. How come we've never seen them once in a pod together? You're going to
Yes.
tell me you left this whole love story in the background this whole time?
I know.
That it's not even here. Taylor several times would be like, did I miss something? And I'm like, no, they're just apparently in love and they've been talking like the whole week, but we've never seen them. And she's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
we don't know
That's how
them.
it's been. Like, I feel like they are packing more and more content into these episodes. And I feel like, okay, so let's start with
Yes.
the pods. I feel like in the pods this year, we got more time with the people in their living quarters than we've had in previous seasons.
Yes.
Right?
Hands down.
We're seeing a lot more of people just like hanging out in the kitchen, baking cupcakes, doing yoga together.
Well, because they want the drama. Because every
Yes.
time they show this, it's something dramatic.
Yes, 100%. And I feel like there's maybe just like one or
Oh.
two people this year that are really, really dramatic. And that's why we're getting so much living
Yeah.
quarter time.
So let's just open with your least favorite person on this show.
Micah. No. Irina.
It's
No.
Irina.
Both of them. I can't stand either of them. And when they get together, they're just horrible.
Bad. Dude,
Oh,
Amber.
so bad.
This girl, Amber, gets her heart ripped out.
It sucks.
And Irina sneaks over to listen to her conversation with somebody else while she's
like
crying. And
eating
she's
this fucking microwave lean cuisine shit
and
or whatever.
laughing.
Laughing.
And she has a line, don't know if you heard it, but she straight up says, God, I wish I wasn't so evil. Like, I wish I would be nicer to people.
It's a choice, honey.
Yeah, she says it. And Chelsea is sitting there and goes,
Yeah.
Then why don't you?
Yes, I love Chelsea. Honestly, Chelsea is probably one of my favorite
Chelsea's
people I've
a
ever
boss.
seen on Love is Blind. She's
Dude,
amazing.
She is a boss.
She knows what she is about. She is so confident. She is what every woman should aspire to be. Like, she just knows who she is and she knows her
Man,
worth.
You haven't gotten to stuff. Let me give you some Chelsea love.
Oh, God.
Coming
Okay.
up, okay? They go home, so they're like, they're living in their shared apartment that they give you.
Yeah.
Which I turned to Taylor and was like, Netflix owns that apartment. Doesn't that gross you out? Like, this is a company that owns this place that they can just put people from their shows in it. And that's why a normal person can't get a place to live.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
real
gross.
weird. Don't like that.
But they didn't do this so much in the last one, but in this one they're like, okay, let's go get stuff from your apartment and I'll get stuff from mine. So they go to each other's apartment individually and they kind of like can see the other person's space.
They did like a hair of that in last season because
They did that
fucking-
more in older ones. Then they kind of
Okay.
like steered away from it.
There was like that one guy who didn't clean his house before he left and
Yeah.
did not flush his toilet before he left.
I'm pretty sure that was Cole.
Yes, it was
It
Cole.
was probably Cole.
So gross. They showed a fly in his urine in his toilet.
Yeah. Everybody
Thanks,
on
Netflix.
this season, they all have like one dead plant.
Oh my god.
It's super funny because they all have like the same dead plant, which is weird. But Kwame goes to Chelsea's place and they're grabbing some stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, just what's up with all the pink?" Because like her Keurig is pink, every dish
Oh,
towel
man.
is pink, like everything is pink.
Awesome.
And she goes, well, the person that I was with before was really controlling about how our area could look. And
Oh,
so
man.
when I finally like escaped him, I'm pretty sure that's how she says it too. Like when I escaped him finally, I wanted to have a place that reflected who I truly was and what I really wanted. So I
Nice.
kind of chose pink and went hard. Like I don't even think I want this much, but this this house became a healing space for me, and all of this was proof that I could heal. And then,
Aw,
like, it
that's
cuts to,
awesome.
like, the side stuff, and she's crying, and I was all like, you're still a fucking boss. You're so
I love
awesome.
Chelsea. God damn it. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. That's not my favorite couple.
Oh, favorite couple has got to be Brett and Tiffany, right?
I feel like Paradise is going to shift on this one, man. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I'm not fully done. I'm in episode 8.
Episode 8's already, my God.
And I'm like in it. We were like halfway through it, and Taylor just kind of like just dipped out.
This season is so bad. The people in this season are so shitty. Like, they're so mean and bad.
I will agree with what somebody told me, and I think this is a first. Somebody told me, they went, you know what? I think this is the first season where the men actually have more integrity than the women do.
Oh, my God.
And I believe it.
Is
like,
it because of Micah and Kwame? Because I have feelings and thoughts.
well, like, Zach means his shit too. That poor cartoon
Poor
of a man.
fool. My God.
I adore him. Like, I
like him,
fully
too.
adore him.
When he first showed up, I was like, this sucker. I didn't like him. But then he, like, opened up about his, like, past
Yeah.
and why he was so fucking goofy. And I was like, oh, he's
Why
actually...
so fucking goofy.
But he's actually really sweet. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Him and
I have a
Brett.
soft spot for him.
Him and Brett give me hopes that, like, there are still some good dudes out there sometimes.
Yeah. But Zach, he made me so sad because when he met Irina for the first time, oh my God. And she's just like, ew, you look like a cartoon character. You're fucking creepy.
Stop.
Don't look
Like,
at me.
You're making me, like, curl up in a dead spider position. Oh.
She was so fucking mean to him. He does look like a bit of a wet rat, but like in an endearing way.
Yeah. It gets better over time. He learns.
He just...
I just hate how the first thing you say to the person you meet, I'll try to blink more for you.
God, for real.
What
You
a-
have to
what a
blink more. You're
statement.
creepy. You're just staring at me. I don't like this.
I hate that he's like the public joke though. Like, they all sit around and make fun of him.
Oh,
That's in the Mexico. Like, all the women get, like, even Tiffany makes, like, everybody makes
Really?
fun of him. They all make
oh my
fun
God.
of him.
I haven't seen that yet.
The only person that's nice to him is Paul. Like, Paul and Zach are actually pretty tight by the end.
They're like
From what
twin
I've seen.
flames. Something about them, you know?
Paul, dude, I've never seen a person that was so, like, he has a line in the show. I fucking swear. He goes, "This is the most excited I've ever been in my life. I am so elated beyond words." That man is
His face
one
doesn't
note.
move. Yes.
His voice is the same, his face is the same, but his emotions are high. But we don't know that.
God, I hate the show so much.
It's so bad this time. It's so
bad.
fucking bad.
God, I want you all to watch it so bad. It's so bad.
I told you I didn't want to do this.
I'm
And
dragging
we're
you through
here.
it.
We're here now.
Here.
So fine, pods. We agree. It's all over the place. It's all about the drama.
Yes.
Specifically from those two people you mentioned, Irina and Micah.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
a couple of mean girls. And they're what, 24 and 25, and they're so
Something like that, yeah.
I was a mess at that age, but I wasn't a mean girl at that age, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're just so fucking mean.
Even Taylor was like, can we just get some 30-somethings? Because these 20-year-old
I
bitches
know.
are evil.
They suck.
They
Like,
are mean.
They have no, like, self-worth, and they're taking it out on the people that do.
Because Chelsea's 30.
Yes. And she knows who she is.
That's why
Like,
she's
confident
good.
and happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something happens to you when you turn 30. If you're like a 20-something and you're listening to this and you're like, am I a bad person?
Yes.
Kind of. You are.
Not
You're
kind
gonna
of.
mature.
Yeah, you are.
Once you hit 30, it's going to be better.
You'll be better one
Just
day.
You have to work on it.
But, like, so all right, so we do all that. We meet all the people. I feel like most of the meeting stuff was good. I was really happy we didn't get more shake stuff. Just fucking pow, grab,
Yes.
grab, you know.
Nasty.
What about Marshall, like, ready to
Oh my
fight
God.
that dude? He's like, that
I-
girl's mine.
I did not like that. I feel...
You didn't like the big boss? The big
No.
boss energy?
It was so gross. Like, it rubbed me the wrong way. I
Okay.
don't know how I would feel if a dude
Okay.
tried to square up on somebody else in the name of my honor. I would be like, probably not. Like, I feel like I would go with a different guy if that was the case.
She gets mad at him later in the show for not being more aggressive.
Oh my God.
Every couple that you know is basically just like a grain of rice away from just completely crumbling.
Oh my God. I have
Like
been
all of them. Not
been
one of
watching
them
this
is
show-
strong.
I've been watching the show like in bed at night, and Richard will be just hanging out on his phone, but he'll like look up and be like, "What's this couple's story? Who are they? What are they doing?" And I'll like pause it and talk to him for 20 minutes about how shitty they all are. And I was telling him about these people, like I was telling him about Marshall and who did he fight? Josh or something?
I don't even know the dude's name. But yeah, some dude.
Yeah, I was like, this dude is like squaring up on this other guy. He's like, "This is my woman, and if you don't like it, you can fucking leave." And Richard was of the opinion that like guys should fight for their woman's honor, and I was like, but in this manner,
It wasn't honor.
it wasn't honor.
No, like
It was like for the right to own her, which
yeah,
I think that's why.
she was between Marshall and that guy. So he was like,
Yeah.
"No, I love her enough that I can't let her go." It's not an
Yeah.
honor thing, but he was like, "No, like I can't lose her. I will kick this guy to the curb to make sure that I can love her." And you know
Yeah.
what? Marshall fucking rules though. I love him. You wait till he starts making her pancakes, man. You're gonna love him. He's a good dude, and that's what she gets mad at. He's calm and rational, so she gets upset that he's not more aggressive.
That's so ridiculous.
That's people, like these people are straight up people on this show, man. Oh, you don't even know. You don't know
tell me.
these things.
Don't spoil it.
You have
I
to
wanna-
know these things though.
I want
like-
to learn these horrible people as it happens.
You're gonna like Micah.
I don't think I will. I don't think there's a
Nope.
thing that can happen.
You want me to make you like her right now?
Oh,
I can.
try.
You ready?
Okay.
Irina straight up tells her in Mexico, I want Paul. I want your dude.
Oh my God, what?
And Micah comes around to her later and goes, I don't think I can have a best friend that could do that shit. And she
Good.
like squares up to her and is like, you are a bad person.
Good.
You do
okay.
bad things. I don't
Jesus.
like you. I don't
Irina
think we can be
sucks.
friends. And then she goes off and acts totally normal the rest of the time. Micah is a good person, but Irina brings out the absolute worst in her.
What I didn't like about Micah is that, so whenever they get to Mexico, Kwame asks Chelsea, which was gentlemanly of him. He's like, I know that like we're good, but I want to
Yes.
have a conversation with Micah. And I was like, okay, he wants to like get closure on that. That's
Yeah.
not what conversation he wanted to have. He wanted to be like in Micah's pants, which bothered me.
Yeah.
He like, the way he got up on her and like talked to her so close, like face to face, like really up in there.
Like,
with
see,
her.
I was good with him because I thought he was just that angry about the joke that she said,
Yeah.
and he was putting an end to that, which was good. And Chelsea was even like, this is the right move. We do that, but why are you talking for 20 more minutes?
Yes, and then he's like holding her hand and playing with her engagement
Like,
ring,
it
and I was like, "What the
completely
fuck is
changed.
going on?" It was
Yeah.
so bad and weird, and the way that Micah didn't stop it, and she was like, "I know that you and I each have our own thing going on, but I'm here for you, and I still love you, and I always will. And if you want to get with me later, maybe we could do that." Like,
Yeah.
that's the vibe I was getting.
No, that's 100% how she is. Once Mexico and Irina are removed from this,
Why Irina gets removed,
huh?
or just the fact that they're like living separately.
Yeah, like they're not.
Okay.
I mean, Irina's gone.
Okay.
Like her and Zach are done. Like
Okay, I
that's-
figured as much.
That's
Like, they
not
were-
a fucking couple, man.
They were not gonna
Okay.
last. And Zach is so fucking stupid for leaving Bliss. Are you kidding me?
Ooh.
I hated what he
Okay.
did to Bliss.
Okay, you ready for my
I'm
hot
ready.
take on this? It's not even a hot take.
Please.
I 100% believe in his reaction when he told her no and he
Uh-huh.
was saying no to her. That was like, producer, you have to leave her because we're gonna make you go with Irina for the show.
You think so?
What? There's no way he really wanted to leave her with that reaction for leaving.
Sobbing.
And they're so in love, and we've never seen them have a conversation.
I know. Like, why?
I don't buy that at all. I think it's fully they forced him into that. If you want to be on this show, get rid of Bliss. You're going with Irina. That's how this works. I feel it was purely forced upon him.
Man, I want to say that I hope Zach goes for Bliss after the show, but at the same time, like, you fucking left her, you duff. You duff? You duff?
You idiot.
You gabutz. I don't think that... I think Bliss deserves better because Zach, like,
Bliss
I don't know, backed off and
dude.
questioned it. Bliss deserves the world. She and Chelsea deserve each other, and I want them to have a friendship where they raise children together in a duplex.
They even were, yeah.
Yes.
They even said, like, a lot of girls are just freezing their eggs and having kids together. Buying a duplex, let's do that.
I love that for them. I want that.
Okay, so I already knew about Zach and Irina from TikTok before I ever watched the show.
Oh my God. I saw like a clip of them on TikTok and I didn't realize it was from Love is Blind until I saw it in the show.
Okay.
Where he's talking about like their kids' names.
Oh, yeah, because it was like when you don't realize your boyfriend's trying to name them Elden Ring characters or something like that.
What about Godric for a baby name? What?
Dude, then she goes, I only like eclectic names that no one's heard. And he goes, ooh, what about Goliath? What the fuck, dude? But no.
Oh my God.
I'd seen a TikTok of her being like, you look like a cartoon character, and like the whole meeting and then their breakup where they're in Mexico brushing their teeth and they're just going back and forth with each other going like, I wanted to leave you on day 1. I wanted to leave you on day 3. I couldn't stand you as soon as I saw you.
What the fuck?
It gets
Why
bad.
did you fucking choose her? I
swear.
I hate.
Watch their interactions, watch the stuff, and think about how it was when he left Bliss. That was forced. There's
It must have been.
Absolutely no fucking way
Yeah.
he would have left that girl for a person we don't even know.
There's zero chemistry with them when they first meet. She's just like, hey. Like, Richard was watching this part with me, and he watched them meet, and he's like, they hate each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Mexico gets so much worse, dude.
God.
Like, he can't touch her. They sleep on opposite ends of the bed, and when he does touch her, she literally screams.
Yeah, I've been watching. Yeah, it's gross. It's awful.
I hate it.
It's bad. I can't stand Irina. She sucks.
Yeah, she does.
She sucks so bad. I kind of want to just Google Irina right now.
Like,
see what the world is saying about her. Irina.
You know what they are saying?
Tell me.
Apparently, because it keeps saying business owner or whatever, they're like, Irina sucks on Love is Blind, but is actually a great business owner. Like, she runs her business very professionally and well and does a good business. So now I'm like, is she even really that bad, or did they just hire a villain for the show?
God, I don't know.
Like, I don't know. But hands down, Irina's the worst person that's been on the show for women.
Yes.
Because Shake is always the worst person of all time.
Yeah, because Shake is the worst man. Yeah.
But, like, he even trumps her, though. Like, he is the worst person that's been on the show, period. Like, hands down.
Yes.
But for the ladies, it could have been Shayna, but
yeah, I know.
it's
like
Irina.
fully
it's Irina
vibes. Irina sucks.
She's the worst.
She's the worst.
This season is the worst. I'm having the worst time watching
so
it.
Bad. I'm having a bad time,
Like,
but I'm going to finish it.
Okay, Perfect Match, I hated, but I enjoyed it more than I'm enjoying this. Perfect Match at least had some moments of love that you kind of believed, and Shane was most of that for me, which is weird to say, but like, he redeemed himself for me on that show. Even though I know that he was only on that show, and that he was on that show, and that's what ruined him and Natalie in real life, which fucks me up.
Yeah, that sucks.
But like, every single one of these couples is so on the verge of like, why are we watching this? Even Kwame and Chelsea are like, is this good? Is it great?
Man, they seem so good right now. Like, I mean, before the whole mess with Micah, they just seem like one of those couples that, like, you know, you see some couples and you're like,
Yeah.
they have sex. Like they fuck. You look at them and you're like, yeah, they have a good
I
solid
mean,
base
all
of
she ever
intimacy to
says
build
is,
upon.
God, I can't fucking walk today. Like, I am
I
wrecked
know.
down here.
I'm wrecked. Jesus.
Brett and Tiffany were my top. And now that they're, like, in the real
They
world,
seem so solid.
I don't know, dude.
Damn it. I wanted them to work because they were so sweet together in Mexico.
Can I tell you, like, one of the things that's getting to him? It's Brett's spending on clothes and stuff. And so she's like, what's, like, the most you've spent on an item that you have? And he was like, well, electronics don't count because those are just pricey. Like, you can't really get cheap electronics. But he's like, I'd say my luggage. And she was like, your luggage? And he was like, yeah, I spent like $1,200 on this one thing of luggage. Why? And she goes ballistic. And he's like, but it will last. And she's like, so will the other ones.
Yeah, you don't need $1,200 luggage.
Right now is the one I took to Camp Goddard.
Yeah.
When I was in 5th fucking grade, dude. The zippers are busted to shit, but they stay closed. I'm good, you know.
Jesus.
But yeah, like he has like a whole like wall of shoes, like Jordans and stuff. So like he's like one of those guys.
No.
He like has clothes, you know.
That's nuts. He didn't strike me as that kind of a person.
Not at all. Taylor was even like, is Tiffany poor? Like, is that what's going on here? Like, is she poor and he's rich? So she's like, I can't understand the spending habits like this. And I was like, I didn't think so, but maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like, we don't know.
That is one thing that, like, I feel like these people don't get into discussions about, like, money in the pods. And that is, like, one of the most important things in life, especially for your spouse. Like, you want to nail down your financial plan together. That's, like, the building blocks of life. Because if you don't agree on money, you don't agree on shit.
You can't be having all your food money like Shane, you know?
Yes. God.
There hasn't been a lot of, like, religion in this one. There's been a lot of couples in the past seasons where it's, like, their whole basis was built on, like, a religious thing.
Yeah.
That hasn't been a thing this time.
Because they're in Seattle.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I was like, man, all the rumors are true. They're all just, like, computer people. They all do computer software stuff.
It's true. Everyone down here in Dallas is obsessed with, you know, godliness.
Yeah.
Where was Shayna from? Is she California? Where was that season? Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Chicago was like the first one.
Was it?
Shayna that was what, season 2, right?
Yeah.
Season 2
She's the most religious contestant we've ever had, I think.
Where was season 2? Let me go to Wikipedia. That's the good one. They always know. Because they say where their hometown is, but that's not where the show took place, you know?
I feel like it was
Chicago, yeah.
Okay.
Then where was season 1? Well, I didn't watch the beginning of season 1, so I actually don't know where that happened.
Yeah, I don't know where that was.
Yeah, so we did Chicago, then we did Dallas, and now we're in Seattle. Now, who knows what next season is, but it's already filmed.
Oh, man. I want to see
It's happening at some point.
Florida. Get some real crazy motherfuckers in there.
I think we looked it up. Like, we know. I just don't remember. Because I was over it. I was over the show. Like, here we are.
Done.
Here we are again.
And we pulled you back in.
God, I hate it. Like,
the show is
I
awful.
hate it, dude.
It is. I will eat it for breakfast, though. It is.
This is the most non-love show. That Taylor did say, though, that this was the only one that made her cry.
Why?
Oh, dude, she cried at Brett and Tiffany stuff real big. She cried at Chelsea and Kwame stuff real big. Like, she, like, full-blown wept several times.
Oh, my God.
There were a couple that got me this time, but nothing will get me, I think, like, when... Oh, dude, who were the people... They met their parents. His dad was, like, a preacher, remember?
Yeah.
The dude that went out and partied, and then the short girl.
Yeah, they were so sweet. Jarrett and Ayana.
Jarrett, yep. When they met the family with the two of them, that made me cry. That was like the most moved I think I'd been.
That was a whole like therapy family come to Jesus session.
That shit was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Season 4 has a 69 on Rotten Tomatoes, so that's something.
Nice.
But, like, there's no love.
No.
And everything that happens comes out of nowhere. Like, there's a bunch happening behind the scenes that's either we're telling you to do this or stuff is actually happening, but they don't show it to us.
Yeah. I kind of want to look up the season 3 couples and see if they're still together.
Wikipedia did have that.
Oh. Here, March 23rd. This is recent. I
Season
want to know
3 ones?
about that scared girl and her alcoholic husband.
Alexa and Brennan, and then Colleen and Matt. They are still
Colleen
together.
and Matt are married but not living together yet.
Yep.
It has been
it's
2 years.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Why would they? She's terrified of him.
Yeah.
Man, don't look at more Wikipedia stuff because they have big old season 4 spoilers right there.
Okay.
Don't go down there. Like there's
Okay.
there's stuff you don't want to know. Let's look at the ages though for season 4.
I know that Brett and Tiffany are both like mid 30s, like 34, 36, something like that.
Yeah.
Kwame and Chelsea are like 30-ish.
36, 37 for Brett and
Paul
Tiffany.
and Micah,
Micah's
I think
27.
27. She
And
acts so much younger.
Paul is 29. Okay, so they're close. Let's say Chelsea and Kwame. Yeah, so she's 31. He's 33. Not bad.
Okay.
Marshall and
What are Marshall?
Jacquelina, 27 apiece.
Okay.
And Irina's 26. Yep.
And Zach is 31, 32.
Zach is 31.
Zach deserved so much better.
I just hate that they have, like, there's 20 more people. There's 20 more people that were on this show.
I know.
This one says Bill, no last name provided. Good old Bill. That's it.
My favorite.
Like, the show doesn't mean anything anymore.
No.
But I'm only watching it because Sunday is going to be a live show. So as you're listening, I've already seen the
Yes.
live show, but we don't know what it is right now.
It must be a reunion, right? Like, I was weirded out. I was like, live event.
I don't know.
What's it going to be?
Because I think the final wedding shit, it does say there's an episode tomorrow on the 14th.
But if it's live, is it going to be unedited? Are we going to see people like throw hands and say bad words about each other?
Is live available
Is
on
it-
Netflix? Like,
Yeah, is
can
it
Netflix
live,
show it
live?
to you live?
Are they streaming it? Or are they just like releasing it at that time, like a YouTube live? You know?
I don't know, dude. Because
Yeah, I wanna-
all of this
I wanna
is
find out.
live,
Right.
you know, so what's the difference then? And I don't know. Yeah.
I hate the show.
I'm about to go
Thank
watch
you for
some more
watching
of
it with me.
You're not welcome. I hate this season, man.
I do too.
This season angers the blood big time.
Yeah.
I hate it, dude. I fucking hate
Are
it.
you ready to get divorced?
Yes. God. Tired of looking like a cartoon character. If you love this episode, please tell a friend. Word of mouth is the best way to get the good yum up into fresh new ears. We release every single Monday, every week. If you need something to pick up your spirits, lighten your week load, man, check in with us Monday morning. We will carry you through the day, get your week started right. And after that, if you're like, but what about the rest of my week? I don't get to hear you guys until the next Monday. You can come talk to us, man. You can talk to us every day in between. You can hop on over at Twitter, tweet us, let us know what you think about Love is Blind. We thought about the Mario movie. What you thought about D&D. What was your favorite reference in both of those movies? I would like to know. But if that's not enough, tweets are too slow. It's not the immediate reaction you're looking for. We got that Discord, man. You can hop on over and Patreon. Hop on for the low $2 tier. Chat with us all the time. You can be chatting with us right now. There's messages coming in that I'm reading as I'm saying this at the moment. They're always there, and we're always there. So yeah, let us know what you think about the movies we discussed, what you think about John Wick paving the way for how guns could be portrayed in movies to make it safer for everybody as well. It's phenomenal. And you know what? I don't know that I want you to tell me about Love is Blind, but go ahead. I might as well.
Tell us your favorite couple. Tell us your least favorite couple.
I'm in the sauce. Let's just pour it on together. And again, just a thank you to all you listeners, all you patrons. Just anybody that's hearing this right now, thank you. We love you and appreciate you.
Our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. Please check him out on YouTube. And as always, thank you so much for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Jonathan! Jonathan, no!
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
I wasn't sure what a Cthulhu noise would be. That was good, because I was just going to go... like...
What's up, Cthulhu?
What's up, Cthulhu? Oh, greasy, bro. Do you know how much fun it is to just talk like Pauly Shore?
So much fun.
It's the best.